Hey, what's going on, Broniacs? At long last, welcome back to Brons over Brains. I'm your man, Bronson Layton, of course, and guys, I know it's been a while since I have talked to you, and I'm really sorry about that. The last few weeks have just been about preparing for final projects and whatnot. You would understand what that's like for the college student, and also, in terms of why I've been away for a while, well, that's what this video is about. Because aside from finishing college, there have been some events in the past few months that have really been life-changing for me, and you're about to find out why and how that is. And so, without beating around the bush any further, here we go. By now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are aware of what has happened and what I'm about to discuss. But for those of you who do not know, this video is especially for you. So, what I'm about to tell you is gonna blow your mind on a new level, because it is so unbelievable that even I still haven't come to grips with the reality of what has happened lately. So this past summer, I had joined a group on Facebook about Autism Awareness, just to kind of, get myself out there and meet new people and see if I could give any advice to parents who would need it. So when I got approved to join this group, I introduced myself and briefly told my life story to everyone. The story that you all know. Got diagnosed with autism at a young age, didn't find out until I was a teenager, etc., etc. And here's where it all starts. After that post was submitted, the reaction from everyone was overwhelming. In for example, an hour's time after it was published, thousands of people had reacted in so many positive ways that I couldn't believe what was happening. But then about a week later, I had found out that there was a media group, I believe it was Tank's Good News. They had a connection to this Facebook group, and they seemed to be so amazed by the reception of that post that they wanted to publish it themselves. And so it was made available on their own page and also posted on Instagram. And so I couldn't believe it. It became an article, a trending article. And when I told my parents, and of course Savannah, they were so proud of me that, I don't know, we were hoping that it could help a lot of people out, because what I had written was encouraging towards autistics and parents of autistics. And it's all about self-acceptance, what that post read. And if you thought that was crazy enough, wait until you hear this part. This is the life changer. Sometime after this good news page had shared my story and turned it into an article, I received an email from someone who claimed to be a digital producer of Good Morning America. And I naturally thought it was a scam. So I kept the conversation casual, back and forth, introductions and all that. Come to find out, this was a legit person reaching out to me. And the reason she reached out to me was because Good Morning America and ABC News had reviewed my story about self-acceptance and autism acceptance, that they wanted to make a story out of it themselves. But keep in mind, this is Good Morning America, one of the top national shows across our country. And imagine how I felt when she had asked me if I want to go along with it and make a segment for the show. And it took a few days for me to really adjust to the reality of the situation. And so I talked about it with my parents. They thought it was a good idea when I showed them that this person was real. And they told me, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Because America needs to hear a story like this. And I'm like, okay. But just keep in mind, this is all very new to me. And then I started remembering that, of course, after a year and a half of being a YouTuber, I thought maybe this won't be so bad. But this is like a level higher for a person like me. And so I just went with the flow, and I accepted the assignment that the producer gave me. At the same time, if you follow me on social media, I had been keeping people in touch about the development of my story with Good Morning America. I had gotten so much feedback from my loved ones that they wanted to know, what will this be about? Like, what will this special story be about? And I want, for confidentiality's sake, until the whole thing was released, I had to be very subtle about it. And for those of you watching this who have been following me since then, I'm sorry. I had to keep my mouth shut at that time. But keep in mind, this is the video where you get to hear every single detail about what has happened. And this will include about the details of the assignment. And so after I accepted this, assignment with the producer, she had given me details about what I should do. So I decided to use my phone for recording, and the producer had walked me through every step of the way. She helped me so much. And what she wanted me to do was to actually write a self-reflective letter to my younger self, the version of myself that about, I'd say, roughly 15 years ago, that had no idea about my autistic diagnosis. I wanted to encourage my younger self about the obstacles that were going to come later in life. High school trials, adjusting to college, starting a relationship, and of course, driving and planning for a career. All those things. And so, even though it was a self-reflective letter, it's also a self-help message to help other autistics out there in America, to help them look at their true potential. Because anyone would know that it's tough growing up in an environment that nobody understands you for you. And so it took a few weeks. I wrote the letter. I looked it over several times. I recorded myself doing it, because looking at the camera and talking is something I'm already used to. But we're talking about holding up a piece of paper or something. Although I didn't really hold up a piece of paper, because that could be seen in the picture. I reviewed it. I paraphrased it. I memorized half of it. But I also had to look here at the camera. And it was really not that bad. It was challenging at first because I had to multitask everything. Looking at the camera, looking at the letter here and there. But it was worth it. And I also had to open my computer and forward the project to the producer. And one thing after another. Her team, when they received the clips that I sent, they edited the whole thing together. They put in some subtitles, the little words at the bottom of the screen that a lot of people follow with the subject who's talking. And so some time went by after that, and eventually I got an email back from her saying that it was ready, and it would be several days to a week from that time that the final cut project would be released to the world on Good Morning America's website and on social media platforms. I was so ecstatic by that time that I just couldn't believe what was happening. And so a lot of you know where it goes from here. The story was released. Good Morning America had released it onto their website and social media platforms. And then imagine the aftermath of what happened. This is where we get into the second half of the video. The entire community of my state, my home state, was like baffled. Especially where I come from in a small town, there have been people like talking to me, like some people I didn't even know. They would come up to me and they would ask for an autograph. Not boasting or anything like that, but this is just an example of what I had to deal with. And not that I'm complaining, but it's like the ultimate game changer in my life right here. And so, yeah, my home state exploded into a world of excitement. I had been contacted by many news media, which included newspapers. I'd been on a podcast or two, and even several online sources have been writing articles about the GMA experience. As you can see on the pictures on your screen right here, yeah, there has been lots of attention that came from this story, and being on Good Morning America, like ever since then, things have been different. My school newspaper contacted me. My home county newspaper reached out to me. Several people have asked me to talk with them on Facebook. They needed some help with advice on how to raise autistic children. There have been autistics who have reached out to me for, like, say, dealing with bullies, asking a person out, that sort of thing. And the attention has just been, it's something else. Even to this day, I still get some people who would like to use me as a reference for future autistic events, like I think conventions or something like that. I'm still putting a pin into that if I really consider doing that once this COVID pandemic wears off and we can actually feel more comfortable going back in public. The attention has been so massive, in fact, that one day, a few weeks back, I came home to find a life-size cutout of Superman just resting on my front porch. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. I actually have it right here in my office. I kept it in here ever since I found it. Yeah, it was resting on my porch. And it came with a little note right here that had my name written across it, and it had some stars on it. And I think I got the gesture from what that meant. And so even to this day, I still don't know who sent it. I posted about it on Facebook because I wanted to share my gratitude for whoever sent it. And it's really touching. Because I've had several people in the last few months calling me a superhero, using my autistic superpower or whatever. And I just got to be emotional for a second. Gestures like these are the reason why I keep doing what I do. Because advocating for something that you stand for is never an easy job. And I knew that I would come into that kind of territory when I started this YouTube channel. Speaking of gratitude, as a thank you to Good Morning America, I made this to, like I said, show my appreciation. If you can read it, it's kind of ginormous. The American audience that has heard my name, read my story, and seen my cause, I just hope they, know that there's someone out there who really cares about other people, autistic or not. Because we live in such a crazy time right now, I just feel like somebody needs to show more sensitivity, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who still do. But I want to let all of you know that I have always appreciated you from the beginning of this cause, because when opportunities like these have come my way, it just means I'm getting a chance to expand my message, getting my voice heard, and because of all of you out there supporting me and watching this video, it's all because of you that it's led to this. This wasn't completely me. All of you, you've influenced me to be the best version of myself as I can, and look where it's led us. Brons Over Brains is becoming phenomenal on YouTube. Not bad for a year and a half. I hope that we can continue to grow as a family in the future and beyond. In fact, I would like this to be my humble Thanksgiving message to all of you. I just don't know where to go from there, but thank you all. Just thank you. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to leave the video right here for now, but I will be back with more videos as usual. I'm just happy I'm able to record this message after everything that's happened in the last several months. I guess you could call this our blaze of glory moment. If you want to actually watch the Good Morning America interview yourselves. I have attached the link to the video in the description of this one. You click on that and you'll be able to see what my letter is about. You'll be able to hear exactly what I said to Good Morning America and the American audience. I really hope you like it, and I really hope it helps anyone out there that needs a friend. Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving and we're preparing food, and I gotta get ready for some of that turkey. So before they put the turkey up, I need to grab a quick bite before anyone notices. So I'm gonna get going. I hope you enjoyed this video, Broniacs. Please leave a like on this video. Feel free to drop a comment. And if you want to follow us on social media, we have our fan page, Brons Over Brains, on Facebook. We have at Brons Over Brains on Twitter. And follow us at the Savage121 on Instagram. And that'll keep you up to date about our upcoming content and whatever adventures we have in store waiting for you. And please, please feel free to show some love and hit that subscribe button. Please, we would like you to be a part of our family. We are growing every day. And so the more the merrier. And until next time, Broniacs, this is Brons Over Brains, and I'm your pal, Bronson Layton, always, now and forever, reminding you to stay brawny. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, and I will see you next time.